Hi guys, welcome back. This is Jason with Sin City Living bringing you today's video. And today we are going to do, I guess, kind of like a list type thing. We're going to talk about the 7 reasons, or 7 of the reasons, that people don't win. We've been doing a lot of videos like this lately because I've noticed they're really popular. People are really curious at why so many people play and don't win despite catching, fantastic rolls, phenomenal rolls. I mean, just today, I was part of a 35-minute roll, and of the, I think, 11 people on the table, I would say with confidence, 3 of them actually won a sufficient amount. 5 of them did color up, so I guess 5 of them hit whatever win condition they had. 5 out of 11. They caught a phenomenal roll, caught a once every 2 or 3 nights type of roll. In fact, I think my entire work week I wasn't part of. Wasn't present for a 35-minute roll until today. So yeah, we're going to talk about 7 of the reasons why people don't win. Obviously, this is not a comprehensive list. There are so many dozens of reasons, but I've kind of coalesced things down into 7 of the more common reasons why people don't win. So the first one, number 7, has nothing to do with this. Has nothing to do with bets, has nothing to do with place bets, come bets, field bets, center action, nothing to do with any of it. It has to do with having a poor attitude. It's pretty amazing how many people I see that come up to the tables that frankly just don't belong. They don't have the right attitude, and I don't understand it, because those same people would absolutely never put up with someone acting the way they are in their workplace, but when they go out to a casino, they somehow think that they can then act however they want. And that actually, oddly enough, despite having nothing to do with your play style, that absolutely impacts whether or not you win. 1, because if you get kicked off the table, you're obviously not going to win, and 2, because you take away almost all the helpfulness you're going to get on the table. You have to absolutely master your bets to be able to have a poor attitude, stay on the table, and truly succeed with whatever strategy. Because have a poor enough attitude, get a few warnings, maybe you're right on the edge of getting kicked off the table. It's going to be very tough to get any kind of help. Now, number 6 is kind of a gray area, and again, it doesn't have much to do with these bets right here. The number 6 reason why people may not win even when they catch great rolls is superstition over reason. And I want to put it that way because there's nothing wrong with superstition. So many people have all these small superstitions on the game, and they're entertaining, they're fun. You guys all know that I don't buy into any of the superstitious stuff that a lot of people do. But even when I'm playing, sometimes, if I'm shooting, I might set the dice to a 6 to 12s or something before I throw them, just for the heck of it. It's kind of fun. Or maybe I'll play that game where anytime I see a horn number roll, I'll go ahead and bet a horn bet. Every time 3 rolls, I'm going to bet a horn bet or something. That's just kind of superstition. That to me, it's just fun. And a lot of the little superstitions are just fun. They're enjoyable. But some people take it too far, and their superstition trumps reason, and they believe, they truly seem to believe that the dice are sentient and have a musculature and are able to control themselves and land on certain numbers, and that they hear what people are saying and see what people are doing and see what kind of bets there are, and that absolutely impacts whether or not people win, or can impact whether or not people win, because when you play in an unreasonable way, it absolutely hurts you when the dice finally go your way. When you catch a 30-minute roll, but your bets are off half the time, you're just not going to win a whole lot of money. It's just the way it is. So number 5. Number 5, originally was going to be 2 different things, but I kind of combined them together. And again, while they don't necessarily tie into the bets here, they start to. And what it is understanding of the game, or lack of understanding of the game, along with a refusal to learn. And I honestly, I see this all the time. I see people that they don't understand how the game works, but if you try and tell them, they get offended. If you try and give them, if the dealers try and give these people advice, they get offended. They get snappy. They have poor attitudes. This, by the way, is the #1 reason why the dealers don't help out as much as they honestly would like to. You know, a lot of players will complain about how, you know, dealers are quiet, dealers don't help them out, and all that. But you would be absolutely surprised with how often dealers get their heads bit off or get cursed at, whatever, for the simplest of suggestions. The simplest thing, like, hey, don't forget your odds. You know, or hey, make sure your odds are, make sure, you know, go ahead and add a chip to that. You want to be even on the 5 and 9. You'd be shocked how much the dealers just get absolutely annihilated to where they stop. They're not going to put themselves in that position. They're just going to do their jobs. It sucks, but it's a fact. It's just the way it is. So #4. Before I get into #4, by the way, guys, we'd really appreciate those of you guys that want to support us. Check the link down below for our newest channel that we just created. It's a family passion, so it's very much a family affair. It's just books. We talk about books. We talk about authors, stuff like that. We just started a couple weeks ago. It'd really help us out to get a few more subscribers. Just check it out if you're willing. If not, no big deal. So #4. The #4 reason that will hold people back is competing bets / poorly designed bets, because you start getting into the understanding of the game itself. So you've got people that will do, say, the do we don't. Okay, interesting. Or you got people that'll waste a whole lot of money betting, and I see this a lot more lately. You know, horn bet, NSC&E, and give me a high-low. You realize you're betting the exact same things, and they don't. They actually don't realize it. You know, you'll have players that will do, you know, they'll do place bets, and then they'll do don't come bets, and they'll even end up behind the number. Now, some people think that they're being super smart by doing a don't come and then placing for the same amount. Oh, I can't lose. Oh yeah, kind of, sort of, ish. Amazingly enough, we see these people lose. It's pretty crazy. And along with that too is, and this also goes back to not really understanding the game and the math of the game and all that. I saw this player the other day. This dude would have won. He could have won. He was betting big. This guy's well, not super huge, but let's say, you know, he's betting, say, $1,000 bets. Okay, and he was a big fan of the don't come. He would double, triple up. Part of his problem was he didn't really set himself a win condition, but he would double, triple up, and give it all back. Give it all back. And I've seen this player probably 4 times in the last couple of weeks. His biggest mistake, his biggest problem, every time it would travel behind a 6 or an 8, he would say no action and come back. You just made it past the 7-11. That is 8 of the 36 combinations of the dice. 8 of the 36 combinations of the dice. This will lose right here. You made it past that. You made it past the biggest risk. The riskiest part of a don't come bet is right in here, not back here. Sure, there's more ways for an 8 to roll, but guess what? There's more ways for a 7 to roll than there is an 8 to roll, so it makes no sense. So he would call no action, come back here, then the 7 out would come. So the don't player and all the do players would lose all at the same time. It was just crazy. Now, the number three reason that I see a lot of players lose when they could win tends to happen more on the lower limit tables, $10 tables, $15 tables, maybe even the occasional, if you can find a $5 table. And it's a reliance on the quote-unquote street dice. Because it runs different. People may look disparagingly upon street dice. I certainly don't, because it runs different because it has to run different. It actually plays a little bit different, and the bets actually work a little bit different because it has to. There is no bank. You know, generally it's in order to make a bet, you have to have someone else who's willing to make the opposite bet, basically to cover your bet. In order to be able to bet on the 6, you have to have someone that's willing to bet against the 6. So, you know, street dice has a lot of you know, a lot of differences to regular dice, and honestly, I would definitely struggle playing it. But what it also lacks is it lacks a lot of the nuances. There's not a lot of street dice that will have odds, anything that doesn't pay even money, because again, you generally have to have someone betting against you. So, two people have to put up $10 against on the same thing, but on opposite sides. So the one wins the other one's money kind of thing. That's where the bankrolls come from. You have to win money off somebody else. So you don't have things like, most of them don't have things like place bets, because there is no, hey, I'll put $7 up against your $6 on the 6, or I'll put $7 up against your $5 on. No, it's 5 versus 5. So what I see is a lot. That's where I see a lot of the people that do the hoppers, the horns, the high-lows, 11-12s, sometimes all at the same time, which makes no sense, hopping 6s, and I see a lot of the field. They are missing out on the biggest advantages of playing craps in a casino, which is the odds back there that pay true odds, no house edge, place bets that come really, really close. They're missing out on all of that stuff. I can't tell you how often I hear somebody say in a bragging tone of voice to somebody else, I'm a feel better. I'm a feel better. And what that tells us is that you don't know how to play the game. If your bragging point is the fact that the only bet you place is that one right there, and you're proud of that fact, those players, by the way, are the ones that as soon as somebody says that, the dealers know to not offer this person the tiniest shred of advice, because they will get their heads bitten off, because this person thinks they are brilliant and that all these other bets are stupid and that people are trying to take advantage of them, or that they know what they're doing and they don't want to be shown up by being taught something that they don't know. So they will pretend they know everything, and they just choose to bet one of the worst bets on the table. So that reliance on the street dice, and it goes the other way. I saw somebody today actually that was standing behind one of the regulars, and they played the other day, and same thing. They were feel better, and they talked about how the only time they ever played dice was basically on a street corner with some friends. I see them the next day, and they're there with one of our other semi-regular players, and they're just standing behind them, listening and being taught the game. Like, that was awesome. That was great. If they'd have bought in, I guarantee the dealers would have helped them, because they were trying to learn the game. The number 2 reason why people lose, and this one is an unfortunate one, but it's true. Number 2 reason why people may lose almost every time they play dice: shallow pockets. Shallow pockets. The deeper your pockets, the more likely you are to finally catch that fantastic roll. If your average bet is $50 per shooter, you could possibly lose $1,500 to $1,000. But if you catch that one 20-minute roll, if I started out with just $50 across, improper bets, it's $50 across, not counting the point, and I caught a 25, 30-minute roll, I would win well over $1,000. I'd probably win $2,000 or $3,000 minimum. If I caught a 30 to 45-minute roll, now we're talking $4,000 or $5,000, $6,000. So we see it all the time. People with deep pockets, they may lose $8,000, $10,000, buy back in, and then catch themselves even, maybe up a few hundred, and they call it a day because they've already had a long night. Those same people might come in another day, only play for 3-4 hours, go down about $3,000, $4,000, and then catch that hot roll and walk away up $5,000 or $6,000. The deeper your pockets, the better your odds. If you have shallow pockets, people that come buy into a $15 table with $40, and they got to catch that just absolutely phenomenal roll the first try. It's a little bit tougher. So it's unfortunate, it's nobody's fault, but the shallower the pockets, the harder it is. The final and biggest reason why people don't win at craps, number 1 reason, no win condition / not understanding your bets. Someone that buys in with $500 and doesn't have it in their head that, okay, if I win $200, I'm going to call it. I'm going to go ahead and color up and leave. I want to be up $200. I'm going to be up $300. Even I want to be up double. Right? Set the win condition. If they don't have a win condition, they're screwed. And typically, if they don't have a win condition, they also do not understand their bets. You have to have a win condition, and you have to know what it will take for you to be paid that win condition. If you're looking to win $300, you got to figure out what it takes for one bet to pay you $300. The reason for that is all the little payouts going up to that generally is what's going to bring you back, catch you back up from what you've already lost. So depending on how your play style is, you have to figure out what it's going to take for you to get, say you only do the 6 and 8. Well, you better figure out how many hits is it going to take for you to get paid $300 on a 6. How many times does a 6 have to roll? Figure that out. that will give you an idea of what kind of roll you need to catch. If you're just a press one unit kind of player, you're gonna have to catch a much stronger roll. If you're a mid-press player, if you're a power press player, So it's an understanding of the game. Now, the win condition and analyzing your strategy, the strategies really do change also based on your pockets. Deep pockets, shallow pockets. So I hope you guys find this interesting, illuminating, enlightening, or at the least, just plain fun. We'll catch you guys next time. Bye now. Thank you everybody for watching today's video, and as promised, a little bit more detail on things that we are working on. So again, we want to continue trying to expand the channel. We're really hoping to be able to add roulette as soon as possible, and then some video keno, video slots, stuff along those lines. Unfortunately, it ate up almost all of our cash, paying off all of our bills during the month of January while we were down. And now that the holidays have ended, YouTube's payouts have dropped significantly. So we're kind of treading water here as far as all that goes. Do have a lot of things we want to add, though. Not just those things, those additional games, and hopefully some carnival games and such like that. But the live streams. The biggest problem right now with the live streams is with 3 jobs combined between the 2 of us, 4 if I include the 20 to 30 hours a week I'm putting into the YouTube channel. It's very, very difficult for me to have a day and time that I can commit to doing the live stream every single week, because we also have our very young child to take care of. But I'm trying to figure that out. I'm thinking it's probably going to end up being on Monday nights or Tuesday afternoons, or possibly both. I intend to do at least one live stream exclusively for our patrons, and then another one on the YouTube channel. So possibly both days. We also have a few other things that we really want to attempt to move forward on. I'm just running into either time or skill set issues. I do want to eventually have a website going for us. I did used to program websites over a decade ago. A lot of things have changed, and I just don't have that time. And not a whole lot of knowledge on the current state of building websites, hosting what sites can host, and how to build up the e-commerce stuff. So if anybody has any skill sets along those lines and would like to answer some questions or just help us out, shoot us an email, sincitylivingLV@gmail.com. Also, I really hope to be able to start adding some exclusive stuff from Sin City Living, logoed shirts, hats. I'm looking to get custom dice made, even custom layouts made, although those would be pretty expensive. But I know zero about e-commerce and drop shipping and anything along those lines. So if you have any skill or knowledge in that area, please email me. I would love to ask you some questions and see if you can answer a few to help me figure out how to get that going. Same thing with designing our logos. I had some logos designed, very, very small logos, unfortunately, not big enough to blow up to put on t-shirts and stuff like that. And again, I know I know nothing about logo design, graphic design, any kind of websites that could do it. I literally know nothing. So if you have any skill or knowledge in that area also, please email me, and you're willing to answer some questions, please email me and let me know. I'll admit I don't even know where to start as far as asking some questions, but I'm sure I'll ask a few, and that'll trigger a few more, so on and so forth. So yeah, there's that, and of course we do hope to continue to improve our AV setup, but I am an AV moron, so also right there, if you have any skill sets or knowledge in that area, please email me, and are willing to answer some questions. Please email me and let me know. We would love to help. Otherwise, again, thank you everybody for watching, and we're very excited to continue bringing you our videos. Bye now.